This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review, and I'm back with your look at MLB overnight lines for the games on Sunday, July the 10th. This is the last day before the All-Star break. Last day to get some baseball betting and baseball tickets cashed before the first half of the season wraps up. We've got a full slate, as always, on Sunday, the final day before the break. So let's get down to it and begin by looking at the St. Louis Cardinals as they take on the Milwaukee Brewers in an NL Central clash on Sunday, July the 10th. And what more can we say about how good Junior Guerra has pitched for the Milwaukee Brewers, especially as of late. He's been their one consistent, their one most reliable starter. In fact, last week, or actually earlier this week on Monday, I recommended Junior Guerra and the Brewers, a huge plus 200 underdog against the Washington Nationals, and Junior Guerra was absolutely brilliant. 7.1 innings of two-hit shutout baseball against the Nationals as Milwaukee picks up a 1-0 victory in that game. He was fantastic, and Milwaukee has been winning with this guy on the mound, and he has been very kind to me as of late in terms of my bankroll. Betting on Junior Guerra has definitely been one of the things that has helped me out this first half of the Major League Baseball season, and that Guerra train, I'm willing to ride back on it right here on Sunday, because you know what? The tickets have been cashing with him, and I've got no qualms backing him again here. And you know what? This Junior Guerra run, I think it deserves a musical interlude. Hit it! Dun-dun-dun-dun. My bankroll takes the Guerra train. It fills up my bankroll with cash. And when he takes the mound again, you'll find me betting on him. And here we are. We're going to bet on Junior Guerra again. Thank you. I'm not going to be getting any concert deals based on what you just heard, believe me. But getting back to matters at hand and seriousness, Junior Guerra, 10-2 run for the Milwaukee Brewers in his 12 starts this season, including 4-0 in his last four trips to the mound. He's now on a 15.1 inning shutout streak over his last two starts against the Dodgers and Washington. He's allowed just 2 runs, 5 walks to 22 strikeouts over his last 22.1 innings. He's a bet-on pitcher, plain and simple. And Mike Leake for the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm not so sure he's a bet-on pitcher. He's definitely labored as of late, struggled, allowing 13 runs on 23 hits in his last 16.1 innings. And this St. Louis team, they've just not been playing great baseball. They've been very mediocre, very inconsistent. They're just 1-4 in their last 5 games, and their bullpen has really had its share of issues with consistency as well. So, I think Milwaukee, I don't think they're going to be priced all that cheap. I think, St. Louis might be a small favorite on the road in this game, maybe close to even money, but either way, I'm comfortable backing Milwaukee, regardless of what the price is, backing Junior Guerra on the mound one more time here, who's just been terrific of late for the Brewers. By the way, I am recording this video a little bit earlier than normal. We do not have lines out yet for the games on Sunday, July 10th, so that is why I'm just giving you leans, and I'm saying Milwaukee, and at any price, I'm comfortable backing the Brewers here on Sunday. LA Angels taking on the Baltimore Orioles on Sunday, July 10. Tim Lincecum on the mound for the Angels. I think it's becoming crystal clear right now that he doesn't have what it takes to be a starting pitcher at this level right now, despite the fact that the LA Angels took a chance on him. They took a chance. They said, let's see if this guy's got anything left in the tank to be a starting pitcher at a successful clip. Really hasn't happened for Tim Lincecum. He's really been hit hard in his last 3 starts. He's allowed 14 runs on 25 hits in his last 12 innings pitched, 3 home runs allowed in those 12 innings as well. That's really big trouble, in my opinion, when you're now going to pitch here at Camden Yards, a power-laden, potent Baltimore Orioles lineup that loves hitting the home run ball. One of the top teams in Major League Baseball in home runs are the Baltimore Orioles. This could be a very bad matchup here on paper for Tim Lincecum. And on the other side, you got Chris Tillman getting the nod for Baltimore. He's really labored in recent starts as well for this team, surrendering 15 runs in his last 21.2 innings of work. Last time he faced the Angels right here at Camden Yards, it was not a pretty outing at all for Chris Tillman. 5 runs on 6 hits allowed in 5 innings against the Angels. That game ended 7-6, so it was a high-scoring affair in that game. I think Baltimore's going to be priced too expensive. If I had to play it from a side perspective, I'd still look at the Orioles. Probably run line, 1 at -1.5 is probably going to be the better option. But more than that, the total in this game, I like over the total. I think it's probably going to be in the 10 range, much like the first 2 games of this series have been. But still, if it comes out, if the total is around 10 like it has been in the first 2 games of this series, I do like it to go up and over the total. So definitely looking to have a piece of the over in that game, Angels and Orioles on Sunday. What else have we got? John Lackey, who's all of a sudden hit a speed bump on the mound for the Cubs, taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Not been pretty for John Lackey of late. I've mentioned this actually on Facebook, Twitter, you name it, lately. Commenting that I think John Lackey needs the All-Star break a little bit. He's sort of running out of gas here toward the end of the first half of the season. Really got roughed up by Cincinnati in his last start, and it really hasn't been as sharp as last 3 outings overall. So I think he needs the All-Star break. He's an older guy. The innings are piling up. I think he could use the break, use the rest. We'll see if he can get things back on track. But suddenly the Cubs starting pitching is a concern. Hamill's fallen off a little bit. Lackey struggled lately. Arrieta, not quite the same guy in recent starts. You got to wonder if the innings that he's logged in the last couple seasons are catching up to him just a little bit. All of a sudden, the Cubs, playing under 500 baseball actually for the last little bit, so not very good, and definitely a troubling signs for the Cubs. Not something to panic about, but we'll see if they can turn around some of their starting pitchers can turn around here in the second half of the season. I don't trust John Neese, that's for sure, and the Cubs can rake pretty well against lefties, so maybe you get an over the total out of that game. And I wouldn't be in any rush to back the Cubs right now. Just not playing great baseball, pitching letting them down just a little bit, but I would lean probably over the total in that game. Same with the Dodgers and Padres. I mean, the Dodgers are hitting the baseball or the Padres rather are hitting the baseball extremely well. They don't hit as well against righties as they do against lefties. I've mentioned that on more than one occasion, but Kenta Maeda is another guy I have some concerns with. He's starting to get harder hit balls being hit against him by opposing hitters, starting to struggle a little bit more. And I don't trust Christian Friedrich. I mean, he's sort of come back down to earth recently for the Padres and really been smacked around in his recent starts. Really a guy with fringe delivery as far as I'm concerned for the major league level. Another game where we could see runs in that game, Dodgers and the Padres on Sunday. You got Anibal Sanchez and R.A. Dickey, Detroit, Toronto, not stepping in front of the Jays right now, especially on this homestand. They're red hot. They're hitting the baseball. Their pitching's been terrific for the most part. Detroit's pitching not so much. I mean, Anibal Sanchez, I don't trust him, not one bit. He was terrible early in the season. That's why they took him out of the rotation. Now he's back in the rotation because they've got no other options, no other choice. I don't trust him to shut down the Jays lineup. Maybe Jays team total over makes some sense there. Maybe you look toward the Jays on the run line, -1.5, but it's Toronto or nothing there for me in that game. And that's an Atlanta-Chicago White Sox quickly. Maybe you take a flyer with the Braves because, again, James Shields, he's been better of late, but still, I don't really trust him. I'm not a big Mike Fultonevich guy either. This guy's been very erratic for the Atlanta Braves. He's had some good starts, had some bad starts, but don't really trust him either. So maybe that's a game I would still probably lean to Atlanta. You might get a decent price with them, and maybe another game where we could see some runs scored, and that game maybe go up and over the total. All right, that's going to wrap it up. That's my look at MLB overnight lines for Sunday, July 10th, the last edition before the All-Star break. I'm taking a little one-week vacation here from the Sportsbook Review baseball videos. I will have my CFL weekly video this week. But not going to see me for a while. You won't see me, as the Beatles would say. But I'll be back probably next week, July 18, and we'll pick up the daily MLB overnight lines videos as we have been doing. Thanks again for all the kind words and all the support here in the first half. I really do appreciate it. I hope everybody is not just being able to cash winning bets from these videos, but also get some good quality betting information. I really do appreciate the support because you're the guys that make this engine go, make it happen, and I appreciate all the kind words that I've gotten, even the bad comments that I've gotten from time to time. Still appreciate that because even if you're criticizing me and not liking what I'm doing, you're watching. you're watching the videos, and that matters just as much to me. So thanks again. We'll be back after the All-Star break. This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review, and until next time, enjoy the All-Star break, and as always, enjoy the games, and good luck.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.